And you're having a great time. This is wonderful.
Yeah, I can attest to that from Love Box.
Okay.
But I mean, one of the things about the B-52's in general is that you've always had an eclectic mix of songs, sort of thing, in not as in song styles, but as in things that you sing about and the things.
Yeah.
I mean, you've had things about housework. You've done horoscopes. You've done cakes. You've done, you know,
outer space.
We've been to many places in our songs, in our imaginations, you know.
But where does it all come from? And what would you say is distinctly B-52's?
Well, I think, we have a really unusual writing process that I can't think of anyone else who writes this very collectively. And we write by jamming. And Keith Strickland, it starts with him doing the music. And he brings the music to Cindy and Fred and I, and we jam on top of the music, and we write the lyrics and the harmonies and the melodies. So we put headphones on, and this time we were able to do it all on Pro Tools. He wrote the music on Pro Tools. We were jamming using Pro Tools in the studio. So we kind of collage the pieces together. We jam, we let our collective unconscious flow. All three of us are singing, and sometimes we start with a lyric idea, sometimes we don't have one. And sometimes we start with just melody or rhythm.
Or just a line or anything.
Yeah.
Or we go on YouTube and and look at the goofy, just different things people are doing. And what was one?
I don't know, we've been known to consult dictionaries and,
or
we'll go online and look up,
encyclopedias or whatever,
It's been great having, in the studio, we all have our Apple laptops and we're like writing lyrics. Sometimes we sit there and just jam on lyrics. And we've also done this method where we fold a piece of paper and you each write some lyric ideas and pass it. You don't see what the previous person has written. And then you pass those around and they're like poems and you can jam with that. We try everything, but I think in a way we just get into this mind meld where you get in almost like a trance. And when we jam, it just comes forth. You never know what's going to happen. And I always say you can't predict when you jam. And when we did Love Shack, the music just stopped suddenly. Something happened, and we were all jamming, and Cindy just said, "Tin roof, rusted." And who would ever sit down and write that? You couldn't just sit down and say, okay, here it stops, tin roof rusted, it just happens like these things when you jam. So when we write, it's just this sort of wonderful kind of collective sort of thing happening.
Because I remember reading that you've always done that, haven't you?
We've done that
from the very, very beginning.
Yeah, and it is like poetry, and it's so crazy, crazy poetry. And Fred calls it pop dadaism, which I love. I think that's great. But it's, we go a lot of places in our imagination. And, it's one of my most favorite things to do is to write, and bouncing off and creating songs out of, just of, imaginations, it's great.
It is very Dada, I guess, and surreal because you're putting together things that don't necessarily fit together logically, you just...
we like to break the rules.
Yeah.
Someone was saying
Can I
to the other...
stop here for a minute and get some